Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and welcome to a nice relaxing Sunday evening video. It's a bit of a roundup on the channel. I've been doing it via sort of like Twitter because that's where I seem to post all my links to the videos going up on the channel. And occasionally there's a bit of crazy news as well. If you want to follow me, it's Njenkin7 Nick. But you won't find any sensible stuff here. It's just random stuff going up. So, you know, it's coming up to Christmas, so I wish you a very happy Christmas. I don't speak to you between now and then, but there are a few more videos due to go up on the channel before that critical point. So I hope things are going well for you. Now we're going to start off with the most important stuff, which I asked. Two people answered it. Why do people put themselves in a badly made flimsy cage and then lower themselves into the sea to get angrily pestered by sharks? So this is this thing where you can pay to be put in mortal danger. Is it a money spinner? Now, I was thinking if people were that stupid, maybe I could do something similar on land with tigers or killer bees. But it's training the bees, isn't it? I don't know what the insurance is. I mean, what's the situation insurance-wise if you put yourself in a cage and then the cage breaks and you're savaged to death by sharks? It's not something I would like to do. I mean, I've seen some film footage online where the shark pretty much almost goes right through the cage. Now, if you've actually done that, then let me know. Is there a thrill from actually putting yourself in mortal danger? I'd certainly like to know. And if I've been bought it as a Christmas present, I'd probably turn it down. I'd say, look, have you kept the receipt? I probably would prefer to tie. Ties are cheaper than paying for someone to go in a flimsy cage and then get savaged by sharks. Anyway, back to the retroness. Now, this was an interesting game reviewed on Monday, so take a look at it if you haven't already. It's a fairly new game. It's a homebrew on the Sega Genesis. Called Oh Mummy Genesis, which is based on the games from the 80s, 1984. It says there, who am I to lie? Knows what he's talking about, that bloke. And yeah, it says published by 1985 Alternativo. No, not in 1985, in 2012. But the original was in 1984. It's quite basic. It's an arcadey sort of game. Have a look at that. I probably won't explain it very well. But basically, you're an explorer. You're on a single screen maze. And by circling different sarcophaguses, boxes, you actually release what's in there. It's a nice game. It's nice music. It's not really utilising the maximum of what the Sega Mega Drive Genesis thing can do. But it's good to see anyway. Now, this was quite shocking news. I'm into Formula 1. My adopted team is McLaren. They've been in a bit of a dip for quite some time since the Ayrton Senna, Hamilton, Prost, all those winning championships, but they're slowly getting back together again. And there was one podium this year by Carlos Sainz, so I'll keep looking on that. There's a nice smiley there, hooray! Right, so you're in the video. Well done, Patrick. So Sebastian Vettel, yes, he's been linked with a shock move to McLaren. I quite like the drivers, Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. They've done very, very well. Is Sebastian Vettel at the top of his game, or has he been good when he's at Red Bull and he's on a gradual downturn? Does seem like he's been shaded out by Charles Leclerc, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm rather pleased with the progress of Sainz and Norris, as I say, so I'm undecided. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but Sebastian Vettel is obviously quite pressured that he has to do something with rumours that Lewis Hamilton wants to go to Ferrari in 2021. So they'll probably keep Leclerc. Vettel hasn't done very well, so he's probably looking at his options. There's a possibility that McLaren might get pretty good in the years to come, but it's a bit hard to know. I think fate has a lot of to play with it, and I wouldn't be surprised at some point if Max Verstappen is in a McLaren winning the World Championship. Why do I think this? Well, because he's Dutch, isn't he? And his colour's orange. The McLaren is orange. That's the only thing I think of. But Norris is good and Sainz is good, so you know. If only they could have free cars. So let me know what you think about that. Would you prefer the McLaren boys? You might not be into Formula 1 with this being a retro gaming channel, but occasionally we do look at Formula 1 games. So have a look at them. Now, yes, I went into a bit of a one on this one. It was like a vlog, retro space Lego, which I was into as a kid, versus the new stuff. So you're always going to like the old stuff you had growing up, and new toys are going to be rubbish. Just for an example, Matchbox cars when I was growing up were made out of solid metal. You can race those round into furniture and it caused damage to the furniture, and you could even knock your own teeth in with it. Nowadays, health and safety and all that sort of stuff, they seem to be of a cheaper plastic. So yeah, I think it's to help them insurance-wise if a kid sticks it up their nose or bottom, yeah, or damage the furniture. So have a look at that. But I was big into retro Lego. I think there's quite a lot in the loft, in particular the space, which is coloured blue, grey and gold. Yeah, have a look at that one. Do you like the new Lego or the old Lego? But it's a retrospective, that one, so it's a video for adults rather than kids. I was comparing it with the new Lego sets. Now there is Benny from the recent Lego movie that has a throwback to the old style of sets. I was quite tempted to get those till I realised it was like £12, and I think, where am I going to put it? I'm a bit limited for space. If I ever can make YouTube work as an ongoing thing, maybe I can get a better place to rent or live. There we go. Space Lego, excellent. So, you know, I'd hope to do a few more videos like that in the times comes, put a bit of variety, but it's hard fitting it in with work. Maybe I should do memberships and get some revenue in that way. Purple Rain, as Prince once sang. What planet does that happen on? Well, I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. Purple Rain, Purple Rain. I don't know. There'll be some planet somewhere, but that's a great song. Do miss Prince. Died age 47. At time of recording, I'm 45. So I've got 2 years if I'm going to die then, which hopefully I'm not, to record all his albums. I'll do better than him. He had a great voice. He could play about 1 million instruments. If you can play 1 million instruments, comment below. I can play none. I can play the guitar badly, I suppose. But do you actually need it with keyboards and computers now? Possibly. I've been having trouble with the YouTube video uploader. If you don't know, if you don't run a channel, they changed a bit. They always upgraded and tinkering things. It didn't really work properly, and it was taking much longer to upload. So if you did a few videos, you got time wasted waiting for your computer to do something. But well done, YouTube. Hats off to them. They do get slagged off a lot, but not praised for the stuff they fix. This is fixed. It does upload a bit more smoothly. Before there was one screen saying it hadn't uploaded or failed, another one saying it had. They seem to be both talking to each other now. Great. Pinball is always the least looked at thing on the channel, so why do I keep doing it? I don't know, because I like pinball. Maybe I'll get a pinball crowd, but there are at least a few of you that have a look at that. If you haven't already and you do like pinball, then take a gander. These are recreations of real-life tables. So it's in Studios. This is Volume 4. The table we looked at was Hurricane. Red and Ted's Roadshow is also one we need to come to next week, and last week we looked at White Water. They're greatly put together, and the ball physics of them is absolutely excellent. I praised Zen Studios last week. They can do no wrong. Because it's coming up to Christmas, you might have noticed we did one on the iOS or iPad, so you might not have seen this. I think it's $1.99 individually, this one. Just you can play demo versions, but then it's packed with adverts, so no good if you're trying to do a review. Nice snowy theme. They're not as advanced as the Zen pinball tables on the PlayStation 4 and Steam, etc., but you wouldn't really expect them to be, would you? Snowman, there's a rabbit that beats a drum, and you're in Santa's toy factory, and you must deliver toys by knocking the ball up ramps and certain bits and pieces. Now, this is all a part of the HD collection. Not saying that we're going to come to all tables. We might have a look at the Wild West one, because you get that for free if you buy one of the other tables, and I have done with Snow. But there's about 20 tables there, but we'll concentrate on Zen Studios, time permitting. Now, I'm always looking for decorations I can bring outside. It doesn't look like it's going to be a white Christmas this time round. And snow, I was looking for snow you can bring inside that doesn't melt. That would be a good invention. Nearest is mashed potato, but try building a snowman out of that. You can't. Someone's going to try this now. Now, I did see, I don't know if you're a fan of Taskmaster. There's one of the series there. It's had Al Murray as one of the guests, and Gorman, can't remember his first name. Sorry, Gorman, if that is your name. But they had to make snow out of something. The winner was mashed potato, which Gorman did. So that's a hashtag mashed potato. So, oh, excuse me. So if you want to do a snowman, as my voice packs in, and you haven't got any snow, then try and use instant mashed potato. It might work. It might work. Yesterday was the last Saturday before Christmas. Don't panic. Now's the last Sunday before Christmas. I'm at work on Monday and reduced hours on the Christmas Eve. Why I'm in Christmas Eve, I don't know. I need to do this full time. I keep telling myself this, and I keep every so often having to go, and then I keep having to return to work. What's the answer? Please help. I think I told myself last year that this time around I'll be windsurfing in the Bahamas. Instead, what's happening to that plan? I need a personal assistant. Well, I'll say it again. This time next year, I want to be windsurfing in the Bahamas, and all going well, I'll do a video from the beach in the Bahamas. What are the chances of that? Comment below. What are the chances next year that Nick does a video at this time where he's sitting on the beach in the Bahamas? If it happens, then it will be super exciting. Maybe I'll be dancing with some hula hula girls. Who knows? Now we're getting quite near the end now. Spectrum Games reviewed as Moly Christmas. Someone told me in the comment section of that, because I didn't think the game was that Christmassy. I thought he was in a toy factory, but that isn't the case at all. Monty Mole, from the other games you might remember, is trying to make a cassette tape, cover tape, so you can put on the front of the cover of your Sinclair to get a game. It's over 6 rooms. You must prepare the tape, unwind it, and put it in certain places. I wasn't very good. I used a poke as per usual, and the end result was I wasn't very good. Yeah, well done, Nick. Now, the big movie news this time round is Rise of Skywalker is hit the cinemas. Trailers look absolutely fantastic, but unfortunately, oh dear, it's not getting very good reviews. Haven't seen it yet, but have read all the spoilers. Gah, maybe it will seem better after the dust settles. So I pretty much read all the wiki stuff, everything I can, so I know what happens in the movie. And, you know, it does seem a bit predictable, but I think I might end up liking the movie, even though everyone else hated it. I think the main problem was they said the film should have been longer, and it had at a breakneck speed, so it didn't leave any point for the storyline to settle, so it was a little bit rushed. I'll watch it at some point. I'm not sure I'll watch it at the cinema. Maybe I'll wait till it comes out on Blu-ray, which shouldn't be very long. I got The Last Jedi on Blu-ray. I keep trying to like that, but I don't. Maybe it'll seem a little bit better when I watch Rise of Skywalker. But there's elements of the film I like. I love The Force Awakens, but The Last Jedi I didn't like that much. Rise of Skywalker, now I'm a little bit worried. Getting all Christmassy now. This is a proper Christmas game on the ZX Spectrum. Santa's Christmas Capers. It doesn't animate very well, but for a cover disc it's okay. There's sink plungers being thrown at you. Take a look at that. You play the role of Santa Claus on his sleigh with a reindeer over a number of levels. It's a 2D horizontal shooter. You fire snowballs. At the end of each level you have to defeat a boss, whether it's a snowman, Santa, or some big mutant reindeer. And we all know big mutant reindeers are bad news. Now, I'd like to remind you, hopefully it's not too late coming up to Christmas, buying people pets for Christmas. Traditionally, it was a dog, but, you know, do not buy someone a pet for Christmas unless pre-arranged with the person. I know it ruins the surprise, but you've got to pre-arrange it, that they will look after it, whether it be a cat, a dog, an elephant, or a massive rancor out of Star Wars. They all need feeding and looking after. If you're not up to it, or if you're too busy, that's it. I mean, I couldn't do it. I'm either at work or running this channel, which takes a lot of time. And today, we're on today now, Xmas Lemmings. This is from 1991. There are quite a few other versions of this, Holiday Lemmings. It gives you 4 levels. I think 2 are reskin from the actual game. There's 2 original levels. I was hopeless at it. Big surprise there. I think my mouse was playing up. Let's blame that. But it's all nice and Christmassy. A Christmassy music runs through. And once again, I wish you a fantastic Super Christmas. Last year we didn't tend to put any up really because of work commitments, but now we've done quite a few. So that's pretty much it. If you are a friend of me on Twitter, then please retweet this, my pinned tweet advertising the channel, and like it so it gets up to big numbers, so hopefully other people can see it, and it makes the channel successful. Hooray! I'll probably put up another Christmassy like blog type thing just before Christmas, so thank you for watching this week. Show the video some love or comments or activity, all's good in terms of the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, take wonderful care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.